Crocker presents Giant Step. And now, here's your host for General Mills, the star of Giant Step, Bert Parks.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome to Giant Step. Tonight, an 11-year-old boy will try to take his 8th and final giant step. His subject, Presidents of the United States. If he answers correctly, he'll win our top prize. And that prize is...
The dream of every boy and girl in America to guarantee his future a 4-year scholarship to any college of his choice, plus... on graduation to round out his education, an additional travel scholarship to foreign lands like France, Italy, England, and Japan.
All right, Mike Fitzmaurice, who is our first contestant to take a giant step into the future?
Nominated by the assistant packmaster of Cub Pack 51 and returning for his 7th giant step is 9-year-old Kenneth Sweetman of Bethel, Connecticut.
How you like that little ride up and down?
Fine.
Have you been up all the way yet?
No.
You want to try it?
Uh-huh.
Going up. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Kenny, I'm glad to see you back. What little surprises have you got up your sleeve for me this time, huh?
I don't know. If I knew, they wouldn't be surprises.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that insect story you told last week. That was very good. You got any more of those?
No, not right offhand.
I got one for you. It's a little riddle. You ready for it?
Okay.
I wrote a little note down what it is. Now, here it is. What insect has 100 legs, but it doesn't make a sound? Got it?
You've got me.
A centipede with sneakers. I don't want you to laugh and fall off that platform, you know. Didn't you like that?
No. If you're interested, a centipede isn't an insect.
What is a centipede?
A myropod.
All right, then. There was this myropod that had 100... Now, Ken, let's see. Oh, that's all. I don't think you and I better tell each other jokes. What do you think?
No.
Now, Kenny, last week you answered your 6th question, right? And you won for yourself a boat and a motor. Wasn't that exciting? And, Kenny, in a moment you're going to take your 7th giant step on your way to the college scholarship. But first, I would like to say a word on another subject. And the subject is home. And a warm and wonderful moment at home when somebody says...
Wow! Look at that cake! Oh, that's scrumptious.
Mom, you've done it again.
Yes, and Mom, your cake is such a hit because it's marked with your own loving touch, like the one Betty Crocker tells us about now.
Well, to make your cake seem extra special, you just add one little touch all your own. For instance, a candy clock face. Use small marshmallows for the face and 2 peppermint stick hands set for dinner time. Now, won't that be a fun way to get your family to the table on time?
And with Betty Crocker chocolate malt cake mix, it's so easy to bake up a beautiful, high, light, and tender cake that's rich with the flavor of real malted milk. And make a real home-cooked kind of frosting with Betty Crocker instant chocolate malt frosting mix. You don't have to do the cooking. You just add water, stir, and spread on your cake. It's fail-proof and it's licking good. As Betty Crocker says,
I guarantee a perfect cake and perfect frosting, too. Cake after cake after cake.
How about a Betty Crocker clock cake to get your family to the table on time tomorrow, okay? All right, back to our friend Ken Sweetman here. Now, let's see. The prizes you won so far have been pretty nice, and your 7th question is again on entomology, okay?
Okay.
Now, Kenny, up there in Connecticut where you live, not so easy to find insects, is it?
No, they're usually all hibernated or died.
It'd be better if you were searching for insects to go to some tropical climate in warm weather.
Yes, you can find insects over there all the time.
Yeah.
And they have beautiful butterflies down there. They're sure growing beautiful, especially in Mexico.
Down in Mexico, they have beautiful butterflies?
Yep.
Gee, I'm glad to hear that. Well, Kenny, you better hold tight because your next prize will be...
For you and your mother and dad, a week vacation, all expenses paid in Acapulco, Mexico.
How about that? Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, my golly.
Oh, my golly. Now, Ken, we're going to get down to your questioning, and we want to remind you again about how we go with it. For your 7th question has 2 parts. Answer either part, and the prize is yours. Answer both parts, and you take a giant step as well. You ready? All right, take a deep breath. Now you see, of course you do, that drawing over to your right. That's the drawing of an insect.
Oh, gosh, what a messy-looking thing. It doesn't look much like anything to me.
Looks fine to me. I don't know. Well, anyway, here is part 1 of your question. I want you to locate on this drawing the following anatomical parts: the cuticle, the flagellum, and the thorax. Then in part 2, I'll give you the scientific Latin names of 3 insects. You tell me what their common names are. The 3 Latin names are Musca domestica, Periplaneta americana, and Adalia bipunctata. Did I pronounce those correct?
I think so.
All right, let me repeat now. First part of your question was to locate on that drawing the following anatomical parts: the cuticle, the flagellum, and the thorax. Then, I'll give you the scientific Latin names of 3 insects. You tell me what their common names are. They are Musca domestica, Periplaneta americana, and the Adalia bipunctata. All right? Now take some time to think that over. Time is up. Now, Kenny, get a hold of this drawing, if you will. Let's take the question part by part. First, I want you to locate the cuticle. Where is the cuticle?
That's all the skin.
That is correct. The next thing is the flagellum.
Those are the antennae.
Exactly right. And the thorax.
That's right there.
Exactly right, Kenny. Now, answer part 2 of your question to take that giant step. Part 2 was, we gave you the Latin names of 3 insects. Tell me what their common names are. First, Musca domestica. What do you think that is?
Fly.
The housefly. All right, the next one is Periplaneta americana.
Well, it's an American something.
Yes, but what would you like to come back to that? Should we go to the next one and come back, Kenny? All right, the next one is called the Adalia bipunctata. The Adalia bipunctata. Do you know what that is, Ken?
I don't think so.
Oh, would you like to venture a guess? We want to give you as much opportunity and chance as you can. What do you think it sounds like to you? The Adalia bipunctata.
Adalia.
Adalia bipunctata. No idea?
Could it be a butterfly of some kind?
No, I'm sorry, Kenny. It happens to be a ladybug, and the Periplaneta americana is the cockroach. But you've answered that one part, and so that vacation to Mexico is yours. You didn't answer the both parts, so I'm afraid you can't take the giant step. But, Kenny, you got some wonderful prizes, and I want to tell you something, son. I'm going to miss you.
Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't get that question.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think we'll be friends anyway, don't you? Will you send me a card from Mexico when you get down there? Thank you, and good luck to you, Kenny. Oh, let's go down here. There we are. A hand for Kenny Sweetman. Thank you, and good luck. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a wonderful boy. All right, Mike Fitzmaurice, who is next to take a giant step into the future?
Nominated by his guardian and returning for his 8th and final giant step is 11-year-old Joseph Kicklighter of Hawkinsville, Georgia.
There, we'll take that little ride up in the air. Well, Joseph, I'm very happy to welcome you back. Joseph, as you know, is from Hawkinsville, Georgia, And, Joe, this is a very important moment. You're about to take your 8th giant step on Presidents of the United States, a step that means a great deal to your future. You know, of course, what our top prize is?
It's a college education, and it's a scholarship,
That's right.
and it's a foreign tour.
Have you decided what college you'd like to go to already?
Well, sir, I like to go to Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Well, I sure wish you luck. How about those countries? Have you thought about what countries you'd like to visit, Joey?
Well, I hadn't put too much thought in it, but if I could go, I'd like to go to Germany.
Fine. But, Joey, I want to tell you I'm pulling for you, and I'm sure that everybody who is watching us and the folks here in the studio audience are pulling for you, too. So good luck to you. All right. Joey? You know what I always say to you? Take a deep breath. Now, Presidents of the United States. First, Presidents of the United States, while in office, have belonged to only 5 political parties. Name all 5 parties. Then, I will give you 5 presidents. You tell me the party of each, a man that each defeated for president, and the party of the defeated rival. The presidents are Zachary Taylor, Andrew Jackson, Rutherford B. Hayes, Thomas Jefferson, and William Henry Harrison. And then finally, Joseph, to what party did our only bachelor president belong? Now, let me repeat again. Presidents of the United States have belonged to only 5 political parties. Name all 5 parties. I'll give you 5 presidents. I want you to tell me the party of each, a man each defeated for president, the party of the defeated rival. The presidents are Zachary Taylor, Andrew Jackson, Rutherford B. Hayes, Thomas Jefferson, William Henry Harrison. And finally, to what party did our only bachelor president belong? Now, this is for the scholarship and the foreign tour. So, Joey, take some time. Think it over. Time is up. All right, Joey, here we go. We'll take it part by part, and we'll answer them as we go. Now, presidents of the United States in office have belonged to only 5 political parties. Name all 5 parties, please.
Well, the first party to elect a president was the Federalist Party,
Yes, sir.
and the next was the Democratic Republican Party.
That is correct, Joseph.
The next party was the Whig Party.
Yes, sir.
The next was the Democratic Party.
Right.
And the next was the Republican Party.
You have that part exactly right. Now, this is part number 2 we're getting to. I'll give you 5 presidents. You tell me the party of each. A man each defeated for president. All right, let's start with the first one. Zachary Taylor. Of what political party?
He was a Whig.
That is right. And tell me the name of one of the men or the man he defeated for president.
He defeated Louis Cass.
And his political party?
He was a Democrat.
That is right, Joseph. The next one is Andrew Jackson. Of what political party?
He was a Democrat.
Name one of the men he defeated for president.
He defeated Henry Clay.
And what a party affiliation was Henry Clay?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's a Whig, I believe. He's a national Republican.
That's right. That's better. Now, take your time now. Nobody's rushing you. And if you don't believe that you know, just think about it and think about it again. The next one is Rutherford B. Hayes. What party?
He was a Republican.
Right. Name one of the candidates he defeated for president.
He defeated Samuel J. Tilden.
Who was of what political party?
He was a Democrat.
You are right, Joseph. Now, we have 2 more to go for the college scholarship and the foreign tour. Now, Thomas Jefferson. What political party?
He was a Democratic Republican.
Exactly. Name the man the man or one of the men that he defeated for the presidency.
He defeated Aaron Burr, a Democratic Republican, and he also, in the first election he ran, he defeated also his own president that he served under. He was vice president under John Adams, and he defeated John Adams himself, a Federalist. You could, I mean, either one of those, Aaron Burr, a Democratic Republican.
You were right a long time ago, yeah. We have one more. Now, Joe, take your time. Just one more. William Henry Harrison. Of what political party?
He was a Whig.
He was a Whig. What man did he defeat for the presidency?
He defeated President Martin Van Buren.
And what party was Martin Van Buren?
He was a Democrat.
Now, this will tie it up. To what party, our only bachelor president, to what party did he belong?
It was President James Buchanan of the Democratic Party.
You're right, Joseph, my boy. Congratulations to you, Joey. And I can't tell you how happy we are for you, because you've won that college scholarship and you've won the foreign tour. Gee, I'd like to go along with you. Where are you going, to Germany and all those other places? Now, look, let's take your career. Now, you say that you want to go to Harvard College, is that right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, and you have also, I think, at the beginning of when you were here, you mapped out your whole career for us. What you going to do? You were starting at Harvard Law School. Then what were you going to do?
Well, sir, after I graduate from Harvard Law School, I want to go to New York and start out in politics.
In politics, yes.
I want to try for the state Senate, and then I want to run for mayor of New York City or Buffalo.
I understand.
And then governor of New York.
After governor of New York, I'm sure he's gotten it already. And what after that, then, Joseph?
I'm going to the Democratic Convention and try for the nomination of president.
You're going to the Democratic Convention and try for that. If I was a betting man, I'd say he'll do it, too. You won that Esther Williams swimming pool, I believe it was last week. Have you thought of charging admission?
Well, it might be a good idea.
Yeah, it might. How much would you charge?
Well, I don't know. Maybe 10 cents for adults and 5 cents for children.
And since you're a Democrat, you're going to charge more for the Republicans to get in?
Well, I'd raise it a little bit for them.
Yeah, I know. Well, Joey, I want to tell you from all of us, from General Mills here on Giant Step, congratulations to you, and may the future hold nothing but good for you. Joseph Kicklighter, good night. Thank you. I hate to see him go. Well, now, friends, in just a moment, we'll meet our next nominee, a charming young miss who takes the stars in her stride. But first, you know, Christmas will be here before we know it. Half the fun is in the preparations, which is just what Sally and Betty Crocker are doing right now.
Hello there. Sally's been helping her mother make holiday cookies.
I'll say, and our cookies are better than ever thanks to Betty Crocker's recipes and gold medal flour. See these candy canes? They're crisp, colorful, and so Christmassy. And gold medal makes them easy as anything.
Yes, you just roll a little white dough and a little red dough into strips, press them together, and twist like a rope.
I love the way gold medal dough handles. It's terrific.
And then you curve the tops for handles and bake them. By the way, you'll find 12 of these holiday cookie recipes with your gold medal sack.
I put my candy canes on a tree. They're as colorful and perky as little flowers.
Yes, whatever you bake, gold medal gives you something so fresh and light, it's a flower of a treat. That's because dependable gold medal itself is the finest part of the wheat, the flour of the wheat.
Which means gold medal always helps Mother and me bake it better.
Oh, all of us, Sally.
Thank you very much, Betty Crocker and Sally. That certainly is a very interesting idea. All right, now, Mike Fitzmaurice, who is our next nominee to take a giant step into the future.
Nominated by her father and returning for her 6th giant step is our 11-year-old astronomy expert, Stephanie Maris of Jamaica, New York.
Now, here Stephanie Maris, and I'm glad to see you, Steffi, and kind of cold out tonight, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Now, your category is astronomy. How would you like to be the famous Galileo? Wasn't he a famous astronomer?
Yes, he was. But I don't think I'd like to be Galileo.
You would not?
No.
Why not?
He's dead.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, maybe some live astronomer, because you're so interested in it. Now, we're going to get right down to your category here, but last week, let's see, you took your 5th giant step on your way to the college scholarship and the foreign tour, and tonight you're ready for your 6th giant step. Say, I've got to ask you, though, Steffi, how are the plans for the new house coming? Is everything coming along pretty good? Is it all furnished and everything like that?
Well, I don't know, but I was thinking about a colonial room.
You mean the old-fashioned type with one of those 4-poster beds in it?
Oh, yes, and a canopy.
Oh, you'd look awful cute in that. Well, now, I tell you what, you take a good look, Steph, because you answer this next question, and your prize will be...
For your new bedroom, a set of colonial furniture, including a canopy bed.
You see, on Giant Step, all you have to do is make a wish and keep your fingers crossed. Okay, here we go with your 6th question on astronomy. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Now, Steph, we're setting in place now 2 sections of a night sky. Now, each of them contains a constellation of stars. Now, here is the first one, which is marked A. You see that? Okay, and the other one is marked B. Okay? Now, part 1 of your question is to tell me the name of the constellation it contains in this one here, connect the stars which form that constellation, then draw a circle around the star called Thuban. Now, let's look at the second section, the one marked B, over here. Tell me the name of the constellation that it contains, connect the stars which form it, then encircle the star called Castor. Now, I'm going to repeat the question. The name of the constellation in A, connect the stars which form it, draw a circle around the star called Thuban. In B, the name of the constellation it contains, the stars, connect the stars which form it, then encircle the star called Castor. Okay? All right. Now take some time to think that over. Now, Steffi, honey, stand down here, just about here for a moment. I'm going to give you a piece of chalk, which you'll have to use later on. First of all, I want you to tell me, in part 1, the name of the constellation that this A card contains.
It contains the constellation Draco.
Draco or the Dragon.
Right.
Is that right? Now, I want you to connect the stars which form that constellation. Okay? Do that first, please. Want to step back and look at it a little better? Huh? Better for you to stand and look at it that way? All right, try it again now, Steffi.
It seems that 2 stars are missing.
2 stars are missing? Well, I tell you, let's get back to this. Would you mark a circle around the star called Thuban? Mark a circle around the star called Thuban, Thuban. Will you put a circle around it? Which one? Would you like to go to the next one? Let's try the next one. All right, tell me the name of the constellation that's contained in B there. Do you know?
What was the star?
The name of the constellation contained, yes?
Gemini.
Gemini is right. All right, now can you draw in the constellation first? Draw in the constellation Gemini, or the twins, as it's known. Okay? You know it, honey? Steffi, I'm very sorry. Come back up here, sweetie. But I want to tell you that all the prizes that you have won up to now are yours with our very best wishes and with our love. You know, it's not an easy thing to lose, but I want you to know that it's been a great pleasure to have you with us on the show. I hope you enjoy all the prizes, and will you come back to see us again?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Steffi, and good night. Now, before we continue, Betty Crocker has a little story for us.
Oh, dear, what could be drearier? A damp, cold, gray day. Can't have any fun outdoors. Is anything going to make this day happy, Mother? Is there anything you can do? There certainly is. And you've done it.
Hot gingerbread! Wow!
Yes, you've brightened up this day with hot buttered gingerbread. Warm and heavenly smelling with plenty of rich, creamery butter. Or if you prefer, the goodness of applesauce goes so well with warm, spicy gingerbread.
Hot gingerbread, made the easy Betty Crocker way with Betty Crocker gingerbread mix. All you do is add water and bake for fluffy, fragrant, old-fashioned gingerbread that's country kitchen good. And as Betty Crocker herself says,
With our gingerbread mix, I guarantee perfect gingerbread every time you bake. Cake after cake after cake.
Who is next to take a giant step into the future?
I'm terribly sorry, Bert, but time's up for tonight.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. But, ladies and gentlemen, the half hour, I'm afraid, is much too short. But be with us again next week when we'll have some more wonderful, charming, and talented children here on the Giant Step. Thank you very much, and good night.
Why don't you nominate someone for Giant Step? Any child below college age is eligible. Nominate your own child, your neighbors, your friends. Send all facts plus a photo which cannot be returned to Giant Step, CBS Television, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, 36, New York. Transportation for contestants is arranged by American Airlines. American Airlines will fly contestants in luxurious comfort aboard DC-7 flagships. Giant Step was brought to you tonight by Cheerios, Gold Medal kitchen-tested flour, Betty Crocker cake mixes, and Betty Crocker frosting mixes, some of the many fine products in the large and ever-growing family of General Mills. For a copy of the recipe ideas seen on this program, write to Betty Crocker, Box 7, Minneapolis, Minnesota. A wheelchair, a bed, a short life. That's the only future for a muscular dystrophy victim. Help defeat MD by contributing to your local March for Muscular Dystrophy.